Wynyard, UVB, then all stops to Juniors Kingsford via Central.
Hope you enjoyed coming along with us to Sydney, and I really hope you enjoyed listening to the beautiful music composed by my very talented daughter. Anyway, I'm going to show you what we hauled in Sydney. So starting off with our first visit was Muji, where I got this memo. They call it a memo pad, but I love these squares. I think these have lots of great potential for stamping and using as collage elements and cutting out the frames. They also had this white washi tape. They had it in this thinner variety as well as the wider variety, and lots of people have been using this as a stamping medium, but it also is useful for covering up parts or like making a more translucent overlay. Yeah, I think it's got lots of possibilities. Then I bought this pack of 3 washi tape in burgundy. I have this one in the navy, and I did regret not getting it in the burgundy because I use the navy one quite a lot in my collages and spreads and so forth. Then the Muji glue stick. I bought one a couple of years ago, I think in Singapore or Tokyo, I can't remember, and I really, really liked it. Very strong, and it smelled nice. This one, it works well, it doesn't smell as nice. This is a memo pad. I just thought this could be useful for, well, obviously memos on my desk, but also as a neutral paper background, and it's got that typical very smooth Muji paper. I used this booklet or this notebook as my pen pal journal last year, and I couldn't get another one, so I've moved into a roll barn. And so when I saw they had them at Muji, I decided to grab it to put away in my stash. It has a dot grid, which is useful for lining up your text and photos. Then they had this really interesting notebook cover made of, I think it's like a washable paper type finish, and it's designed to fit in with a B6 notebook. Now, they didn't have any craft covered ones left to go with the craft folder. It's got all these useful pockets, but they did have this grey finish, but I thought I could potentially decorate this cover anyway. The only other thing is that it's it looks lined, but it's more of a grid. You can see, I'll hold it up. You can see there's a very faint grid pattern. I'm not such a huge fan of the lines, but seeing I don't actually know what I want to use this for, I just couldn't resist this folder with the notebook combination. I decided I'd get it anyway. I can always replace it. Then, of course, Muji is very famous for their pens, $1.50 for these beautiful gel pens. You must always check that they still have their little plastic nib cover, that they haven't been tested and tested and tested and the inks run out. The black are very hard to get a hold of. I was lucky enough to get one. And I also bought this brown one. This is the, I think they call it the knock type pen. I prefer the 0.5. They do have pens in a 0.38 as well as a 0.7, but I like the 0.5. This one is the purplish red, and I just really liked that colour. So $1.50, thought I'd grab it. I probably have a little bit of non-buyer's regret because I didn't manage to get any refills, but they were very low on the colours that were my first preference. So that is my little haul from Muji. All the items are relatively inexpensive. But we don't have Muji here in Brisbane. They're only in Sydney and Melbourne. So you've got to buy it when you have the opportunity. So the next shop we went to was Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookshop brand, and it is a massive store, and it has every category and genre of book you could possibly imagine. But it also has a very impressive stationery section. So I got this MT washi tape there with the interesting alphabet. I got these slightly raised, shiny, almost varnish-like sticker hexagons. I couldn't resist them, and there was only one left, so I really had to get it. Then they have a little traveler's notebook section, and it's not overly well stocked, but they did have these stick-on pockets, which I've been eyeing off for a while, so I thought I'd grab them. Then I saw this really fun pin with drink tea and read books, so I got that as a little souvenir to pop onto my faux Delphonics pouch. So that was my very modest haul from Kinokuniya. Next up was Dimx, which is a very large bookstore, which also has a separate stationery section next door. I didn't purchase anything there apart from this beautiful Paddington Bear tissue paper. I thought it would be nice to use for collage or for wrapping pen pal, mail, etc. But it was so cute, I couldn't resist. They do have a selection of MT tapes there as well. Then we went off to Daiso and I bought a packet of these silicone coasters because I have seen people using them as a basis for doing wax seals on. So I thought I might grab a packet of those and give that a go. So they're very flexible, so quite handy for peeling off the wax seal after it's cooled down. Then they also had a really nice collection of all sorts of stickers. I find it very hard to go past a nice dot sticker. And of a pack, for one pack you get 864, which seems like a pretty good deal to me. Then I couldn't go past these pastel dot stickers as well, and then in this pack you get 350. And I've actually split these packs up to share. Then they had these little bags with windows and some stickers, and they don't have a gusset in them, so they're a flat bag. And with that really nice floral background, I thought it might be fun for putting in some penpal goodies because we'll be coming into spring here soon. And then you don't see these very often, these whole reinforcement labels, but they're quite fun to decorate with stamping or distressing. And I thought I might like to experiment with them. And once again, one packet for 350 in a packet. Why not? So we had a good time in Sydney. The weather was absolutely miserable. Not like these postcards at all. It was very grey and wet, as you have seen from my little videos. There was a number of stores that we had on our wish list that unfortunately we couldn't get to due to the weather, and it was a week of protests in Sydney as well. There was all sorts of strikes and protests against climate change, the Ukraine, nurses, train drivers, midwives, teachers. Everyone was out last week, so that was quite disruptive with the transport options as well. So at the end, I will put a little list of stores that I recommend if you get to Sydney to go and check out. And and they were the postcards I got to send to some pen pals, and I got that from Australia, the gift. So I hope you enjoyed this little travel video, and I'm hoping to do a journal spread soon to share with you. See you next time. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep creative. Bye.